Happy Valentine's Day. It's lovely to have a day when we're all thinking about love, isn't it? Because love is what makes the world go round, or so it says. Of course, I'm not talking about romantic love, which is perhaps what we associate with Valentine's, but the more everyday love that we share with our friends, our families, our communities. Love for others is what motivates us to care for each other, to put up with each other's faults, to put the needs of others in front of ourselves. I think the love of a mother for her children is perhaps one of the most powerful types of love. Most mothers, though not all by any means, would lay down their lives for their children. And I always love the image of how a mother hen covers all her chicks with her wings when there is danger around. She makes her children invisible so they are safe, but keeping them close. And Jesus tells us that that's how he would like to love us, keeping us safe. The love that is most often missing, of course, is love of ourselves. So many people find it hard to love themselves as much as they love other people. So many people doubt themselves, feel guilt far too much, don't care for themselves as much as they care for others. Well, I would like to suggest that today is the day that should change. Can I suggest that from today we all start to care for ourselves more, forgive ourselves more, and love ourselves more? Because love is a gift for each one of us, and we are all much loved by the God who made us. My very favourite book in the Bible is written by St. John. He was one of the closest friends of Jesus, even describing himself as the disciple that Jesus loved. And he was the disciple that Jesus chose to care for his own mother, Mary, after he died. John knew Jesus so well, and it is John, therefore, who can help explain how much God loves us, because he knew through Jesus just how much God loves us. In the first letter of St. John, we are told that love started with God and it ends with God. He tells us that each one of us has been born through God and that God loves each one of us so much that he sent his son Jesus to die for us, the ultimate sacrifice that any one person can make for another. And John explains that we only know about love because of God, because God is indeed love, and God has shared that love with us. And when we love each other, God's love is made perfect in us. I always find that an amazing statement, that when we love one another, God's love is made perfect in us. But we do indeed need to start by loving ourselves. And if God can love each one of us as much as he does, so I wonder why we find it so hard to love ourselves. I guess part of the answer is that we listen to people, and many people are just too quick to point out our faults, to tell us how we should be, to judge us. And I think often we judge ourselves too harshly. We are mere human beings. We'll never get everything right. I know that very well, actually, as a vicar. When I was training, I asked a very mature priest what the most difficult part of my job would be, and he said, finding that I'd never be able to please everyone or do what other people wanted. And I have to say, that is true. But we aren't on this earth to please everyone. We can't. But we can love everyone. And most importantly, we can learn to love ourselves, because God loves us with a never-ending, unconditional love, and we are so precious to him as we are. And we have the added privilege of sharing that love with others, so that they too may know that they are loved. And oh my goodness, there are so many people who need to know that. So I pray that you enjoy Valentine's Day, whatever way you choose to celebrate it. But most of all, I pray that you can dare to love yourself more and more each day. Amen.